you tell me if you're not using strength. You see, your ego's being pricked because it's got to work. So you're all using strength. So when Saito Sensei was grabbed by me and he staggered, and a lot of you have heard this before, he went like that and he said, "This is the strongest man on this tatami." I wasn't doing it, but I'm from England. And then he goes, and I'm as big as a house at this point, and then he goes, "If he doesn't learn to lose his strength, he'll never find out Sensei's Aikido." And I sort of, like a balloon letting all the wind out, you know. It took me almost 20 years. I know a lot of people want it in a hurry, but it took me almost 20 years to understand that. Because I'm thinking, I'm not using strength, but look at the size of me. How can I not use strength? So what I done was, I found Kaitenage worked, but Paul McGlone, my then one partner, he said to me, "Your Kaitenage is wrong, you should be here on the back of the head." And I said, "But if I do that, stand up. If I do that, stand up. I've got to use strength." He said, "Yeah, but what you're doing, Tony, is wrong." And I said, "No, what I'm doing has got to be right, because if I'm not using strength, and I say stand up, then it must be closer to Sensei's Aikido than what." So those of you who are struggling, let's have a look. Who's struggling? Everybody. Yeah. Let me have a pair. Any pair, doesn't matter. So it doesn't matter what, there's not that many Kaitenages, but let's say, any Kaitenage right here. So, Paul's hand is down. So that's right. So Paul has already got his third leg down. So it's going to be difficult. But John put in them. What you need to do is, it needs to be, do it again, it needs to be so his hand doesn't quite go there. So Paul, right, he doesn't want to feel off balance. You know when they say you've got a temi, in Aikido, 99% is a temi, it's not the fist. It's Paul thinking, "I'm happy here," like trying to hinker. "I'm happy here." It's taken their mind because you've left them thinking, "Well, he ain't doing nothing to me." So you need him to be in the Kaitenage so that Paul thinks, "What am I waiting for then?" No. But if he tries to come up, he goes, "Oh, I didn't know I was going to not be able to come up." So the art that I'm looking for is to get him so that Paul thinks that he's comfortable. Stand up. Good. There you go again. So what I'd done last time is I just done here and here, and I put the two angles together. So this one's going to my fingers. This one is not going into his body. It's going to this hand. I go like that. I lock the two, and now I lock it mentally. Yeah. Feel the difference? Yep. But I mentally had to link them. If I don't link them mentally, then it's mechanically linked. A lot of people think, "Oh, it's a load of old rubbish, all this spiritual stuff." But it's if I go pin him here, then his hand's down, he can stop me pushing him. He can also come up. Yeah. So you want to get your partner at the point they think that they're fine, and then you ask them, "Can you come up?" And then if you struggle, then obviously you haven't got all the pieces together. What your partner wants to do is, when he starts to try to come up, if I'm pushing more on the upper arm, but what you'll find is you're more likely to be pushing more on the head. I don't know if you are or not, but 9 out of 10 times you actually start pushing more on the head. because you've already pushed on the arm without perhaps knowing it. When you can get the same, so he now thinks, so is there one stronger than the other? No. All right. So you perhaps got to have a better conversation with your partner and saying, is one more than the other? And 9 times out of 10, he's going to come up. He's feel. Where's the pressure? More on the head. Yeah. All right. So get some feedback. You know, if you take this, I want everybody to take this away today to go. Yeah, but all techniques ain't going to work like that, are they? Then you're thinking wrong. Of course, they're not going to work all like that. But what I'm doing is I'm giving you the golden ticket that I've had for years to the doorway. Like I'm saying, here's the key. You just got to find what door it fits. I need you to have the seed to be able to do it quickly and fastly and come up. Because we're a lot more sensitive than we actually know ourselves. There's a lot more going on in here. I remember going to the doctors and saying, you have to give me something for stress. And I said, but I don't want to be on for long. He said, it didn't come in a hurry and it's not going to go in a hurry. And I should always remember them words, and it's the same as this. It's not going to, you might find it today, but it's not going to stay with you, because how many times are you going to do Kaitenage, you know? I'm going to do this next month in the class because I like it. Right. But once you do that, you'll start realising that you can't do Shomanuchi Ikkyos like this. Even if you're on a seminar and the teacher's doing them, do them, because you have to do what the teacher's doing. But I ain't going to go into that, am I? So you start simplifying your own Aikido, and that's, at the end of the day, that's all what matters. That's why we're here. I'm not here for Mark, am I? I'm not here for Nick. I'm here for me. And without you, I can't keep training. So I'm like, I've got to keep you all happy. But I want you to go, I've seen something today. I've tasted something today that I never felt before. Wow, I want that. The same as I talked about the Mona Lisa tripod. I want that. And it don't matter whether you're 5th Dan or, or 5th Q. It's the thing to do is to realise we use too much strength. You should better do it fast or slow. He should feel look at you. He should feel nothing except for when he tries to come up. And that's what Osensi said. They should lock theirself, really. We know Aikido is, if somebody asks you about Aikido, what do you say? Oh, and then they repeat it. I've heard of that one. That's the one where you use the other person's strength, isn't it? And you go, yeah, that's the one. So we're actually the culprits, aren't we? We're the enemy. Okay, let's do a few more minutes.